Everyone shut up.
I've got the screen record on.
Oh,
Hell yeah, brother!
that was so appropriate.
That's funny.
That was worth it.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Fire department shows up.
How was that? Nice?
That was good. That was good. You got a new intro now.
Nice. Smoky.
Morning.
Morning, Glory.
What's going on? What's up, Robert? What's up, Rob's neighbor?
Oh, Wowie.
How are you?
Oh, the Wowie Zowie. Good morning. Is that something other than us?
Yeah, I think
Is
so.
there? That's what. No, really. I was like, maybe he's just joking about it. Is there actually a Wowie Zowie? Good morning somewhere? If so, we need to know about it.
Yeah, we need the inside scoop.
I need Wowie Zowie in my life.
Yeah. Always want some Maui Zowie. Maui Wowie.
Maui Wowie Zowie. Oh,
Maui Wowie. Oh, man.
did you have a good time yesterday morning, man? It felt odd not.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
It was a good time, yeah.
It looked like it. Ray hung out with you, and Desert
Yeah.
Outlaw came on. I missed him, and
Yeah, but Desert Outlaw was finally in the house. He was absent for so long.
yeah, over a
Like,
month.
dude, I was like, it's either feast or famine. You know that, right? It's either
Yeah.
he's going to work his ass off and he's going to go to work all the time, or
Yeah.
it's not going to be that way.
Hey, I work and still do this.
Well, I know. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
work and still do this. We all
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
It's okay though.
Dude, I got bombarded this morning. Dude. Her fucking hair dryer wouldn't work. She's like, go to the store and get it. I'm like, I ain't going fucking anywhere.
You mean like a blow dryer one or one
Blow
you actually?
dryer. I was like, I ain't going anywhere. I was like, you know where I'm going? To the coffee machine.
You remember the ones that used to have like a big, like a coffee cup and go over top of your head? And
Yeah.
Mom had one of those.
She's starting the same shit again. She's starting the same old routine, bro. She's reverted back to her old ways. I'm out of the storage unit. She don't give a shit. I'm going to start not paying shit. Sorry, Mr. Gregory. Hi, Mr. Gregory.
Right.
Woo. You ever sat under the old hair dryer when you were younger, Ray? Try it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too, man. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
That's what happened. That's
We
what
sat under there a little long one day, and look what you got now.
Oh, man.
Cooked my brain.
Good.
Yeah. Fried mine too, I reckon.
That's what I was thinking for. Oh, mercy.
Dude, if I would have went to the store and got her a hair dryer, I would have been the fucking knight in shining armor. I didn't want to be. I was like, screw that. I was like, what the hell? Why? I was like, no.
Loving couple.
No. Yeah. No. It's not a nice little couple. Nothing nice about this couple.
Yeah.
I'm like,
It's too bad it ain't like it's the first day or two you ever met your whole life. You know what I mean?
dude,
You'd be fetching shit.
I'm glad I know better. Because I'm just like, I'm down. Her friend Steve brought over an air mattress so I can lay out in the living room if I want, and that thing's deflating. It sucks because I gave her my mattress.
Is this a new one now? Because you tore the other one up. You.
Well, yeah, I got rid of the other one because she popped it or whatever she did to a fucking thing. And I gave her my mattress, and now here I am without a fucking mattress, and I'm trying to go to bed in there, and it's not comfortable.
Song. Ah, okay. I'm sure I'm sure that strain would be great. The Maui Wowie Zowie. Yeah,
Maui Wow.
It is a Wowie Zowie. Haha. Just a Frank Zappa song. I didn't know. Didn't know, but now we know. He gave us a scoop, man.
So I was just like, you know, and then she gets mad at my reaction, you know.
Yeah. Tell me you're trying to do a reaction video. You need that.
I was like, you're out of your mind. I was like, I ain't going anywhere.
We need reaction.
I was like, I'm going to the coffee machine.
Reacting to your no action.
Yeah. She's like, you know, it's bad. I work 12 hours a day, and you know, I was like, you work 12 hours a day because you need to support yourself, not me. I don't need to support you. I don't even like you. You want me to fucking support you? Yeah, your fucking mind.
Yeah, I don't know. Did you have to do all your storage yourself? I ain't trying to do tit for tat here.
Yeah, I did. I had to do all my fucking shit all by myself.
Okay, then there's that.
And then there's that.
See?
Yeah. Let me give you a hand. Oh, do you really need my help today? No, I'm all right. You know, fuck off. Thanks.
Well, but tampons, if it means that's what I was
Go shit.
talking
Yeah,
about,
go shit in your hat, please. Thanks. You're the best.
Let's see.
Go get me a fucking fuck you.
Mark, good morning.
Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. If I was head over heels in love with the girl, like she was my fucking everything, and she made fucking whistles fucking squeal out of my ass, I'd be fucking doing everything she wanted. Fuck, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, I'll go. Yay.
Okay.
You know, I'm not even getting laid. She's not even nice to me. Fuck you.
Hey, what is this? Monday morning? It's got to be. It's Monday morning.
Oh, it's definitely Monday morning.
Monday morning.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, you got to be kidding me. I was like, I mean, not for nothing, but like, you know, mama don't raise no fool, bro.
Yeah.
Monday morning.
Ooh.
Monday morning.
Yep, it's a two-way thing, ain't it?
You know when she's
Man,
not,
when you gotta start counting anything for kind of edgy.
you know when she's nice is when she wants something. You know when she was really nice? When she was in Ocala and she needed me to go down there for 4 days and help her pack some shit in her car. Actually, in my car. And drive it back up here. That's when she was nice. After that, it kind of went downhill.
That's a great word.
Kind of went
Robert.
downhill.
See, you gimped that storage unit in 90 degrees all alone.
Well,
Oh, I was alone. It was a storage unit. That's by myself.
I mean, not for nothing, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, I'd like to see her do that shit. She doesn't do anything in 90 degrees alone, except for pat her forehead.
Yeah.
You he help you put all that stuff in there?
What's up,
No.
Sterling?
Huh?
No,
Okay.
hell no. I put all that shit in there myself, and I took it all out myself.
Okay.
Sterling, you should be on your way to DC by now, I would say.
Hi, Sterling.
I had his video right here ready to pop up too. It's a new
6
video
a.m.,
in case you haven't seen. I was just gonna explore it a teeny bit before I
Hey,
watched it.
Sterling.
Yeah,
Huh?
I had
Well,
it
this week,
with Sterling.
There it
at
is.
6 a.m. and
Boom.
I don't know what happened.
Here we go. If y'all feel like taking a peek, yeah, let me know.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Well, let's take a little peek.
I didn't get a
Take a
chance to
little
watch
peek.
it yet.
No, I just found out about it waiting on the show.
I was actually up and I was going to watch it, and I
Welcome
fell
to
back
another day.
asleep.
It's a brand new day.
I'm happy at least trying to make that truck his own. I know he doesn't like the brand from what he says.
Going down to Truckin.
The type is international. Doesn't like the
Yeah.
smoke. It was
Going on down
trash.
to Truckin town.
It wasn't taken very well maintained by
Averaging
its previous
7.9
owner.
so far. I wasn't really driving easy either.
And there's no stuff that he can like customize it with.
Yeah.
It's own.
We're heading to Hype Growing, Bonita, Oklahoma.
So that's
Yeah, we are.
Customize it with some Sterling driving.
Well, yeah, you know.
There you go. STDs.
On my phone right now, other than the trucking GPS, there's a bunch of
North Carolina.
be really quick as a truck driver. Almost too quickly, to be honest. I like those little Mazdas.
And there we go.
We're not super heavy.
Join the Interstate 70 west towards Effingham.
But and that's like the satellite telling the transmission, hey, you're going to go downhill in a little bit, kick it in neutral.
Yeah.
Let it coast. Like right here, we're going to start going downhill a little bit. We're coasting in 12th. There it goes. It kicked into neutral. You see my RPMs drop. So it's just going to coast. And then right about here, it'll kick it back in gear and throttle up.
Huffing and puffing.
That's how this truck gets 7.9 miles per gallon
Woo.
without trying. As a manual transmission driver, that's how I drive as well. The only difference between this and when I drive a manual transmission where I got a stick shifter.
Yeah. Well, we won't spoil the whole video for you, but you know.
I thought all the writing on the windshield was so much bigger.
Yeah.
It looks so much bigger in
Yeah.
the freaking pictures, dude.
Well,
I was like,
it might
dude,
be.
how can you see out the windshield?
Using a widescreen probably view on the thing, it makes everything look pretty small, but who knows? I'm sure it's just right.
And I'm like, dude, you don't like paper?
Yeah.
I'm like, you don't like a pad or something?
You got to have it right there. You know, if it ain't right there in front of you, like if I
Yeah.
need something to remember to do
Yeah,
every day, where do you put it? You put it in the mirror.
Yeah,
Get
but
out
I
of the
get it.
shower, you go
Yeah.
brush your teeth, and there you are in the mirror. Oh,
I wonder if it's
That's
actually
right.
a Sharpie.
that's right. I got to do that thing.
Is
Oh,
it Sharpie? Sterling, is it Sharpie? And it just wipes off.
magic marker, magic. Is
Yeah.
it like that magic board marker stuff? Maybe I don't know.
Right? Yeah, I must watch my numbers. Yeah. That's got to be like, yeah. I thought it looked so much in the pictures. It just looked like it was in your face and like in your way. What's up, Buck? Dry erase. Okay.
What's up?
Let's see, we'll share that link. It's about a 30-minute video, so plenty of entertainment.
I got a camper trailer pushing me down the road.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to Kentucky. Where are you going? No,
Right,
Mr. Green.
North Carolina,
North Carolina. That's right.
Kentucky
Right in
tomorrow.
North Carolina.
Well, that's where Sterling is. He's in North Carolina right now.
Yeah.
I'm Western North Carolina.
Oh, you're going west.
Yeah.
No, I'm heading north, but I'll be in Western North Carolina.
Nice.
Sterling will be over on the East Coast.
Okay.
Where he's going to
Yeah.
in Washington is about an hour and a half south of Mr. B's.
So I thought he was going to Washington, but from Orange, which was in Virginia as well. So I was confused why he was in North Carolina. But hey, it ain't none of my business.
He was in Virginia.
Things get changed. Yeah. Well, he's supposed to be in Virginia 6 a.m. this morning in Orange. That's why I didn't end up meeting him.
Oh, he wasn't in Virginia then. Maybe he got knocked back or something.
Yeah, I don't know. We didn't have communication, apparently.
I think he was in there in the middle of the night, maybe.
Yeah, well, he's busy, man. You're on the road. You just want to do your stuff. What'd you say, Ray? Sorry.
I ain't woke up yet.
Yeah, it's okay, man. I just
I literally got up, straightened up my beard, put a shirt on.
yeah, that's fine, man. How you been feeling like that old stitch in the side? You okay now?
Yeah,
More
I feel a little tender, but bad as I was hurting, that's part of it'll take time.
Yeah.
You back at 100%, Mr. Gregory? No pain at all?
Well, no, I mean he's still sore from having all that pain. Like you do the operation, you're gonna be a little sore afterwards.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Is it tender to the touch?
Not really.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, Mr. Mack. Well, that's good.
We got a lot to do today.
Excuse me.
When she gets ready, we got a lot of running around to do before we leave in the morning.
Yeah. Oh,
Well,
yeah. You do Kentucky or
between-
Tennessee, something like that?
Kentucky.
Kentucky.
Where you going, Mr. Ray?
We in town, Kentucky. Noah's Ark.
Oh,
Taking the
Well, dang.
grandkids up for spring break.
dang it. I'm going to be in Hazard, Kentucky tomorrow.
Hazard County?
Hazard,
Washington,
Kentucky.
North Carolina. That's a, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes a big difference. I love Sterling. You don't tell me the whole story. That state was like, I'm going to be there at 6 o'clock or 6. I'm like, well, which 6? 6. You got a morning and a night. And then he tells me Washington, right? I'm thinking Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah. That's what I
Oh,
would have
no,
thought.
Washington, North Carolina. I think you
Oh.
sidestepped me. You sidestepped me on purpose, man. I'm just so
Aye.
No, I was just would have been great to work.
Well, Mr. Ray, if you ain't got nothing to do, come to Franklin and help me set this camper up. I forgot how.
Yeah,
You
boy.
forgot how.
That's funny.
Let me
All
come
I got
back.
to do is push the buttons.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, do you know how to put the sleeper out or the slider out? I'm like, no. I'm like, dude, I don't touch any buttons on this thing.
That's
I'm
pretty
like,
fast.
It's
sleeping in the
it's
back.
on the panel and it's labeled.
I was like, I don't touch any buttons,
Good
bro. Like, I
morning,
couldn't even
red
find the
lady.
light.
Yep.
Oh,
I
good.
got 6 buttons I have to push, and I'm done.
I was like, how do you turn the lights on? And they were like push lights. I was like, duh.
Yeah.
You don't want to push directly on a light. You think you're gonna break it, Like, what am I gonna do? Push on the light? You gotta be kidding me.
I told you there was a button in the center.
Oh,
Yeah.
Different.
But at least you know where they are in mine and not having to hunt for switches like that other camper last camp out.
Yeah, it's.
But yeah,
I could live in that thing. That thing would
it's
be.
EW right now, Mr. Gregory. I'm over here between Athens and Commerce.
Oh, okay. You're right down the road from me. You're on 441 then.
I wasn't going through Atlanta.
Well, you go
No,
to
sir.
Franklin, you just go
No,
straight
sir,
up all
not
the way
going through
to
Atlanta.
No. You going to
Right,
Franklin?
that's what I'm doing.
You just stay on 441.
That's why I went this way. Plus, I avoid Atlanta.
Yeah, get there, Franklin, and take you a ride on the bypass. I reckon that's where you.
I thought I
Now, the
just saw you.
campground's there. The campground's just before you get into Franklin, before the
Okay.
bypass.
Well, we stay at the Great Outdoors, which you go up to the bypass, take a right, you go around, and like right before you start over the mountain, it's down there on the left up on the hill. But you know, it's ran by a husband and wife, and I've never in my life seen somebody so damn picky. You get a gravel in the out of the campsite onto the road, they'll come back, stop, get out and kick it back on the gravel. Can't park on the grass. You can't hang your towels or bathing suits outside. You can't do this. You can't do that.
You know, we went up to see the Ark, and I took my drone, and so I went over and talked to the folks. I said, I would like to do a flight over, and you know, I had laid out how I like to do like a 5-minute video of the Ark. They said, "Oh hell no!" I said, "Well, ma'am, I could do it because I can stay within my own space and not fly over your people." She said, "We'll have you arrested." That's what she told me. So I went over there, up the road, and flew it over there anyhow. So they never arrested me. But I couldn't do it from their property. I had to leave their property.
Yeah.
They said I'd be cutting into their revenue.
Yeah.
But hell, NASCAR is the same way. They won't let you fly your drone at NASCAR. Now, they have their own drones.
Yeah.
I would have never asked. I would have done it. By the time they realized it was up there, you done been done.
Yeah.
Hell, up in that part of the world, they'd shoot it down.
Bird shot.
Popping links in, trying to get these comments too. By
I'm
the way,
sorry.
Stick, you're fine. I just letting you know. I think we got a little bit behind. What do you say? I got my CDL when you was 22, Rob. I think a few people were talking about.
You way behind.
Thinking about riding when they was younger or driving when they was younger, and the fascination with trucking. Which same here. My uncle was one. I thought I ended up getting a CDL as well. Yeah, Mac, I thought you were on earlier. I thought I just saw you as I was tooling around. You had a show started, did you?
Yeah, here's what happened. When I finished with John's retired rider show, I went down and I checked, and you know, Mondays is usually an open slot.
It usually
and
can.
I did not see schedule, and I said, well, maybe I'll just do a little coffee thing this morning. And then Robert, he came over and let me know you guys were on. So
sick as a coffee hog
on the screen.
It's all Sick's fault.
Yeah,
I shut that mother down.
Shut that mother down.
You didn't have to do that, Mac.
No.
No, I don't want to be over there by myself, just sitting there babbling. I had to come where the action's at.
Oh, speaking of action, I appreciate everybody joining my live stream yesterday. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I was over there, man.
You did a live stream yesterday, Buck?
You had a live stream yesterday, yeah.
Yeah. Just random out the clear blue pop up live stream.
Yeah.
It was about the middle of the day.
That's right. I enjoyed it.
I was a Hebrew yesterday building the pyramid, a new pyramid, so I didn't have time for nothing. Meaning I was working hard, by the way. Morning, Carney.
It's hard to concentrate on anything more than my friends, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of channels out there, but
What's up, brother?
You know, it's easier just to stay small.
Yeah,
Hit the thumb.
I was really
That was
thankful
handy.
and really impressed. I appreciate everybody because it was a pretty good turnout for it to be just a
Yeah.
throw together impromptu.
I think when you
Deal for
see
me.
somebody new that doesn't do random pop-up lives a lot, they're more apt to go check out, like, gosh, I wonder, because you'll never see Buck go live. What's going on, you know? When you see, you know, most of us that do it a lot, it's like, well, you know,
Well,
if
it's
got
up. You can
time-
go replay it, Mr. Dean. You can go replay it later.
Mhm.
I watched him fiddling with his hat. He just washed it. And he was trying to get the wrinkles out or whatever when you had your bush hat on.
Fooked.
That's what I mean. You know, I was joking about the sidestep, and I know when you get busy and you got deadlines to meet, you ain't got time for nothing, let
That's
alone
it.
take a shower and try and eat. Yeah. That's the
It's
old
like
fake
my
way, man.
American Express. I don't leave home without it.
Without it, yeah.
If you usually,
kinda
if
like
you
my
see me
teddy
riding,
bear.
if you see me out riding, I usually always have camis on, BDUs. I usually wear them when I'm out riding. They're the best riding clothes you can get. They don't stink. You know, you can wear them for a few days and they wear well.
Oh yeah, they'll
What
let
I like
air
about
in
'em-
and they'll moisture wick and everything. Yeah.
Now, what I like about them, you can tie the legs down to the bottom so the legs ain't flapping against your exhaust pipe.
I got all mine from my time in the service. I use them around the yard too.
There
An
you are.
hour
I'm
and
gonna
30
shake me.
minutes?
Yeah, it was on for a while.
An hour and 30 minutes, Buck?
Yep.
Damn.
It was nonstop. It was nonstop.
That's
There wasn't
it.
hardly no break in the action.
And there's why. Got the monster.
And there was no, there was a good crowd. There was a good crowd. There was at one time I think there was like 20, 30 people in there trying to keep up with the comments. It was a good conversation.
Yeah, it's a tasking thing at times because you get focused in on one thing. You can talk for a couple minutes on one comment once in a while, you know, and
Yeah.
and by that time you're behind 20.
20 comments, yeah.
About me. I got something to say.
I like that when you was talking about nicknames, you know, in the service, everybody's got a nickname. And sometimes they're well earned and other times you don't you
Don't
just
wanna know 'em.
like it, you know.
Don't want to know.
It's like road names.
Yeah.
Have to get Key Bob to tell you about how he got his name sometime.
Oh, Rob said got what, an 83
I watched Ray
Ironhead
Gregory
running
this morning go get him a new key fob. A pair of them.
No, I didn't get a key fob.
You got the key.
I ordered 2 keys. Well, you get 2 keys for $42.
Okay.
Yep.
But if they didn't know me, if I went to a regular dealer, you got to take your title or some proof that you own the bike with the VIN, or they won't do it. But since everybody knows me, 2 keys for $42 and something. The key fob is $80. Then they want $80 to program it. I said, don't take me 10 minutes. So I know the damn thing's got to be here somewhere. So, you know, I just need the keys because when we go out of town, I like locking my bike up. And if I happen to leave the only one I got left, I'll be up the creek.
Yep.
So hopefully those 2 keys will be in before we go to Panama City.
Yeah. I was just seeing if you had any material on that, Rob, but I didn't see any. I looked in your shorts. I looked in your shorts too. That don't sound right. I looked in your shorts too. I still couldn't find it. Yeah, I said he got his 83 Ironhead running great. Checked the push rods, found the carb with science in it. What does that mean? Science in it.
Probably an electronic carburetor.
Yeah, the only thing about them Ironheads, they don't like sitting in traffic.
No, they don't.
You got to keep the air flowing over.
Yeah, I was watching Saddle Tramp's video. He's like, gotta keep the air on these things.
Nobody wants to get booked, Sterling.
No.
A booking.
Food.
Booked.
Yeah, he's got to get to North Carolina by 3.
That's right. You had one out. I saw. I got Blue Bike and Doyle's. He did a short one too for the GAM. I guess they got a motel to stay at, but I'm sure it's one of that probably that high priced one. What was it, like 180 a night?
I'm not getting room. We're gonna go up early Saturday morning and stay as long as we want. And we went for 2 hours, 2.5 hours.
Gonna go up Blood Mountain, and I said I remember hearing that because you've had that on your videos before about Blood Mountain, correct?
Yeah. So we're just gonna come up and come back home.
Mac wears juicy pants when he rides, huh?
Save me $200.
What are juicy pants? Juicy
Material. They're
Good
wicking,
stuff.
self-wicking. They absorb odors.
Well, I was going to drive my truck to Kentucky where I can have some quiet, because my nerves are shot, man.
Damn.
But they done talked me into riding with them, and I told Katie I'm not riding with I love my son-in-law, but he drives like a maniac, man.
Oh.
I don't like to drive. That's the reason I don't ride. I like to drive myself, but he told Katie yesterday, well, Ray can drive. I said, well, if I can drive, because they got a Toyota 4Runner, it'll seat, 246 people, and there'll be 6 of us.
Hey, Salty. Yeah,
I like being in charge. I don't, I'm not a rider. I'm a driver.
Yeah.
Salty sold his bike, his Road Glide for a vintage chopper, he said.
Not a chopper. Another chopper?
A vintage bike or something. I don't know what it is.
Not just sarcasm with that surprise thing,
Oh,
about a chopper. Yeah, chemistry project from Fuel Additives, Rob's neighbor said. That's what the science meant. I said, Salty probably knew what you meant. Science project in his carburetor on the iron head earlier that he was talking about he got running.
1929.
You can tell when somebody's jacked around with fuel additives when you look into a carburetor, apparently. Does that sound right?
Yeah, it probably definitely
destroyed.
Well, it's got to
seals
wear something, or gaskets, wear
clogs,
gaskets or jets or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So how do you find, like, I went to 7-Eleven and it said there's a little blue label up there that talks about ethanol free and all that stuff, and then I looked down by the handle, it says may contain ethanol. I thought for a minute there I was going to get some ethanol free, and they usually show boat motors, motorcycles, things that may not get rode as much, like an everyday car was not such a big deal. So I'm thinking that's why, because it'll destroy your gaskets or your whatever if it sits longer, gets jelly or whatever. So how do I find an ethanol free station? Do they make it very clear? How do you know if you're going to get
that? Some of them do, but the ethanol free should have a red handle.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
And will it always be a high octane?
No. Like our QT sells ethanol free, but it's just regular.
Okay.
Our Shell station sells ethanol free, but they go as high as 110 octane for racing.
Yeah. Which
is not for highway use.
Yeah.
Now you can get around a lake or a boat ramp or something, and they sell all those sell ethanol free gas.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Marina, yeah.
A marina.
What did you say, Rob? So this 400 to replace a fob. Yeah. A little electronic key device.
Well, the key fob is $80. Then they want $80 to program it. And then 2 keys was $47. $3 or something. So over $200 for 2 keys and a key fob. I don't know about the key fob. But the sooner or later I'll find mine because I know it's here. Just when I when I go looking for something else, I'll probably find it.
It's not like just simple Bluetoothing and searching, like pairing this to that and whatever and they're just overcharging you. They gotta. Yeah,
it's gotta be programmed. Now I'm gonna think about calling Bo and Melanie down at Horizon Motorsports. I think they might could do it. They do. I'll buy a key fob off of the old web and take it down there and let them program it.
Ethanol discolor the metals or do something with the metals inside the carbs, apparently.
Ethanol eats rubber and plastic.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Rob's neighbor was saying he could tell something about the metals. Like right here, what is this? Maybe I misread it. It says, yes, you can tell. Whatever the ethanol will get to the metals. Anyway, in the carburetor, I guess you could see it.
Yeah, well, it'll beat up the rubber lines and all. Luckily, a lot of things today is made to run ethanol gas.
Yeah.
I run just high test in the bike, ethanol, 10% ethanol, but, it don't stay in there.
What is the purpose of ethanol then if it's such a cheaper?
It's corn. It's supposed to help the corn growers out and
be more environmentally friendly.
Yeah. It's
all about the environment. It's all to make you feel guilty and feel good. I mean,
yeah.
No, nothing is about good with regulations. It's always about some money somewhere.
Yeah, now if you got something that sets like a lawnmower, weed eater, blower, anything like that, a boat, I would never put ethanol gas in it. Luckily, our little gas station up here sells ethanol, high-test ethanol-free gas. That's what I've been putting in my boat for years, and that boat ain't been cranked up in probably 9 months. I bet you I can go out there and pump the ball, push the choke, and it'll fire right up.
Yeah.
Our Shell station also, they sell farm diesel fuel, red, so that farmers get a discount. It's really cheap compared to off-road. Yes, off-road stuff. Yeah,
it's off-road, so you don't pay the taxes, but better be caught with it.
It's the same diesel, it just got a red dye in it.
And it will leave a stain.
Yeah. But that's all they do. That's all they do. They put red dye in it.
Local airport.
You don't pay the road taxes like Mr. Gregory said, but it's the same diesel fuel, just different color.
Yeah. I had a tank on back of my truck. I used to go up, fill it up with the off-road diesel. Then I come home and pump it in my truck. But if you can't work on your own stuff, and if you was to do that and take it to a shop, if they want to be assholes, they could call the EPA.
Yeah.
They'll not be caught with it, no big rig, that's for sure.
They'll get you ass in Florida. They got fuel. They have fuel stations down there that check
fuel inspection stations. Yeah,
that's right. Fuel inspection station.
Yep.
And they're portable too.
That's right.
E85 in southern states, then more likely. Says it won't even run in freezing.
The only place red diesel fuel needs to be is in the tanks for the reaper trailers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow, Rob. Huh? Yeah, just because you got a super fuel and you just always putting regular in your car, upgrading it to a premium is not always. You think you're gonna buy a better fuel for some reason. Like that's what I would have thought without any explanation of anything.
But here's the funny thing: some of these new cars, if you was to put the high test in there, car, it'd be like those Chevrolets when you're running low octane.
Yeah. That's the opposite then.
Yeah, because cars are designed to run that cheap crap fuel.
Yeah.
Yes, if it tells you on your gas cap when you open it up and it tells you can run E85, you're good there. But Most of them said it's got an arrow, I mean, a line through it, no E85.
Mm.
Well, here's the thing about the E85. It got so much corn in it. You lose you don't get as good the mileage. So in the long run, you equal out. Or if you run the good stuff for E85, the mileage is going to be the same. You know. So
Trying to pawn off normal stuff they couldn't sell, maybe. Who knows? I don't know how why they do that stuff. You know, trying to get rid of excess waste from other things. Wasn't that what it was about? Like freaking oils and stuff. They normally would just have to try to dispose of.
No, gasoline's getting like everything else. Got to have 90 million different varieties.
Yeah, it's like a cigarette. You know, got to add 500 different toxins to it before we can sell it. So you can jack up your lungs, right?
Yeah.
And then same with the fuel. Well, let's see if we can jack up some more engines. Well, helping out mechanics, you know.
Sure.
Let's do them a favor.
They ain't, like Mr. Ray said, there ain't no such thing as mechanics anymore.
Yeah, technician.
No.
Sorry.
It's like my cousin's son. He going next year to school for a year to be a diesel mechanic. I told him, man, you make more money driving truck working on it.
Maybe I'll be the first two technician instead of artist. What do you think?
I was going to comment on Rob Neighbor's comment over there. He saw a possum last night, big enough he could have wrote it. He said it made him think about my video that I put out about the big possums. But you know, a possum is a marsupia. They got a pouch. The little babies are born in a pouch, and they come out and ride on the mama's back when they get a little bit older.
Yeah.
So they develop in the pouch as well? Or they develop inside and then go to the pouch?
You go to the back. Well, they have to get bigger first.
Yep. Yeah. When they get bigger, they'll come out of the pouch and they get up and they'll ride on her back. As many as 5 of them be on her back. Sometimes they'll hang on to her tail. She curls her tail up and they'll hold on to it like a rope.
Woohoo.
I was up in Washington State. My wife called me and she said, "Hell, we got a problem here." And I said, "What's the problem?" She said, "You know that sun blanket you put on the pool?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "When you get back, you got to clean the pool out." A mama possum with 5 baby possums walked out on the blanket. The blanket rolled over. They went under and then they drowned it under the blanket.
Horrible.
Oh, and the pump was running. All that hair on them possums when I got back was in the pump.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know it's a bad way to start the week off, but
yeah. Damn. I've had stuff. I found some nasty stuff in pools.
Is Leia snoring?
Somebody snoring.
Yeah, that's Bella.
We hope it ain't Buck Brown snoring.
Yeah. That ain't Buck snoring. No, I could just hear her a little bit. I was like, "Gosh, she's got to be out."
That's that dog behind Sick there snoring.
Yeah.
Leia.
Leia's out.
What's that? Leia's snoring.
Still. Even petting her didn't even.
Sorry, Ray. We thought it was you.
What me?
By now we figured you mastered sleeping with your eyes open.
Yeah. I'm going to put you up here, Buck. We always lose you in the comments because you're sitting way down there.
There you go.
Oh, I'm just.
Yeah, I want to put a comment
making
up.
another mile as I go.
He's over there now.
Yeah. We got you good.
What are you doing?
Listen to that. I love it.
I'm at the top edge of this rainstorm that's moving through.
Yeah, we got the old rainy day here today too.
You always headed your way.
First dozen of homemade eggs. Is that it? But eggs for my daughter, you know, like the kind that you don't buy at the store.
Homemade eggs.
Yeah, right.
Hey, here's a face.
There he is.
Look at this little Theo. He was wanting to go out last night. Look how wet he is. He'd already been out, but he wanted to go back out. He's soaking wet.
Yeah.
Don't he look like a little, like a I don't know.
Yeah.
Look at them ears.
Yeah.
They look like they could wave to you.
No regrets. That's great.
So if somebody's in the top left, I might have figured something out. And you hit spotlight. If they're in the top left, that's the one they're going to choose.
Really?
I think so. Let me put you over there now and hit spotlight. Let's just see if that. Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Okay. So now we'll try Ray over there. Put you in the top left, and I'll hit the spotlight layout. Well, damn.
Yeah.
Like, what's that? Only been, 9 months, and we figured something out?
We've learned something new today.
We learned something new today. Look at that.
I put 2 and 2 together. I'm genius over here. I just wondered why that was so random. I knew, like, once I had Ray up once, and then I'd hit it again, he'd definitely be coming up, and I knew I'd need to switch it around. But just so now, like, if you want to set somebody up for a spotlight later, throw them up in the upper left corner. So if you see yourself, go ahead, man.
Well, I want to finish with Rob over here about the possum.
Do it up.
Whatever you do, never kill a possum on your property. They're the kindest animal you can have. I mean, they got a big old mouth and they got teeth, but they don't even bother you at all. But they'll eat every tick on your place. They eat snakes. Oh, they'll eat a copperhead in a heartbeat.
Yep.
They just don't have. They eat anything. Timber rattlers. They don't care. They eat it all.
Yeah,
we got one that lives under the building out there. He helps people finish up for food at night.
That's good info, Mac, because I was of a different, like 15 years ago, 20, whatever, I saw one come up my back porch, and in the sliding glass window, I didn't do nothing to it, but I probably shoot it off or was scared. I don't know what. When you saw that mile-long alligator sharp teeth, and it was like, and when they smile or whatever, I don't know, they don't smile, but when they open their mouth to the side a little bit, you see all that, and I'm like, that thing's evil and mean, you know? I was like, what is it doing up here? And you're all in protective mode and with your kids, and probably it's got rabies, and I'm just telling you where my brain went with those things when I first kind of experienced them more up close anyway.
Yeah. They eat good.
Yeah, they do.
They're probably looking for a handout. You've probably been to the other neighborhoods, and people probably know what they are and feed them like you do, Mac, once in a while.
I'm feeding them seriously now. Last year we was doing $160 a month for food for them.
Holy
when we went to Washington, we left the hopper full, about 80 pounds, and when that was up, then we weaned them off.
Yeah.
And now I'm back now feeding them maybe 2 or 3 pounds a night.
My grandbabies know better than I do now because they were raised up around, well, not raised up, but as they were younger, they took in a baby possum I think it had trouble walking or something weird happened. They nursed it back to health, and it was a family pet for a while. They laying on the back and petting on it while I pull up and talk to them, and do the grandbaby exchange, and pick your kids up, your grandbabies up. I was like, damn, you see a possum there, like you'd never think you could have one as a pet, like a raccoon, I guess.
Now I draw the line to armadillo. They get plenty of holes in them quick.
Don't they have whatchamacallit?
No, they don't have them. They can catch it.
They can carry leprosy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That's it.
But they don't just normally have it unless they encounter it themselves. Because they're grave robbers. An armadillo will dig into and get inside a coffin or a vault or whatever.
Yeah.
We have a lot of them here, but they keep the ground aerated. You go out there and you see big holes in the ground where they stick their nose down there and getting worms and stuff. And
the disease likely.
They got big old claws on the front of their feet.
So Rob's saying mammals can contract rabies, which I've heard that for sure. And it's very rare for opossums to get the disease, likely due due likely to their lower body temps, which makes it difficult for the virus to survive.
Yeah, they have lower body temperature.
Thank you, man.
It's crazy how animals are. Well,
So much knowledge.
Animals and mammals, they're all different.
This is a way to learn stuff. I'm going back to school today.
On my trail cams out there, I see the armadillos almost every night, and they really work. I mean, they work hard for the living. Their little old heads are working at all that from the pine needles on the ground, the pine straw. They'll go all through that looking for grub worms, and they'll tear your flower bed up.
Yeah. Yeah. So funny to hear Leia back there just sawing logs. Oh, they all establish a natural equilibrium. Inly, we humans don't. It's a fancy word for me there, Rob. Inly. We are more like a virus. Spread. Inlay, maybe.
Only.
Only we yeah, I thought it was actually a legit like
Typo.
Rob never makes a mistake, typing, Like, oh, must just be another word I don't know.
It's hard with all our different interpretations.
Stop right there before you go any further.
I know, man.
Don't try to enunciate.
Yeah.
I know.
I'll interpretate for you, Sick. I got you.
That's great.
At the end of the day, motorcycles
I'll
are the
translate
best.
for you.
Thanks.
And why we are all here.
Need as much help as I can get.
That's just about it.
Speaking of viruses,
Join the crowd.
Speaking of viruses, have you guys heard this morning from STD Truckin?
STD, yes, we did.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did.
The virus was traveling.
The virus was
coming to a neighborhood near you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
We're always itching to hear more about it.
Itching.
Yep.
Well, STD's driving. He got a STD.
It is kind of funny, so that's good humor. The channel's been
Thomas
great.
International.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Starting up a nice channel
He
anyway.
didn't like
which
that
is
idea.
nice. That's got to help you with your new job and being out for 5-6 weeks on the road and have a little focus while I'm out here. I'm not thinking so much of being out here and away from home. I'm doing this channel, putting out some cool information, making some videos, and doing a different style channel as well as his Sterling Wheel channel, which is kind of day and night. Not a whole lot, but it's definitely more on the professional level of sorts.
Yeah, one is serious and one is fun.
Hey, Buck Brown, I got to ask you a question. In the old days, back in 1958, when you went into the Army, they took you into this theater and they showed you about all the social diseases and the stuff like when you're on R&R, you might encounter this, and this is what to look out for. Yeah. In the new modern Army, do you still get those videos? Do they still show you that kind of stuff?
You'll get a familiarization course with your area of operation if you're new to it.
Name that tune.
We have in South Korea.
What you humming? Did sound familiar. Whatever you were humming, Ray.
Yeah, what was that?
Give us another bar.
Another bar.
Bar. Give us another.
Could you do it in the key of A?
Take off, eh?
A?
A?
Yeah, A.
Hey, hey, mate.
Sharpen that up.
Buck,
Hey,
Morning,
bring it
Gloria.
down a little bit.
It's soaking wet.
You wet, Hazel.
Hazel.
Why you getting on my bed if you wet?
Hazel getting the rain.
Yep. Yep. There goes Buck. I thought he was.
Well, he's really
Oh.
tired the rest of the day.
Yeah.
I don't
Back.
know. He's in and out.
Well, I'm fixing to take a shower and go to Bojangles.
Lucky Buck.
Oh man, I like that Bojangles. Bojangles got that dirty rice. That one thing. It's called dirty rice. A Cajun rice. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh,
How he does me, y'all.
Hey.
He won't. Hey, today I have to wash my hair and it takes me a while. And he looks at me and says, I'm taking a shower and I'm going to Bojangles to get some breakfast. You can't even give me time to get ready.
That's
You've been up for
just
2
torture.
hours. You should have been ready.
Is that disguised love somehow, Katie? Is that disguised love?
Mr. Gregory, you're supposed to say yes, dear.
Yes, dear. Like you
Yes,
did this
ma'am.
morning, Stick.
Yeah, like I did this morning. Yeah,
Well,
like
if you don't help me take trash out.
don't say as I do. Do
Oh,
as I
stop.
say.
I see it. Y'all are smart. He's not.
I never claimed to be a smart man.
Oh man.
No, but you smile and you're happy most of the time. That's great.
But I know what motorcycle is.
Now that reminds me, did you all watch Max the video the
Yeah.
other day where he
Buck is,
started off with the deep voice and then ended up with the lady on the back commenting about him and his driving, where they're going? I thought that was pretty ingenious.
nag, nag, nag.
Yeah, that was great.
That's it.
That was
Buck has got the camper. He's going somewhere right before you get to Franklin. I didn't know there was another. I need some information on that
Oh.
campground.
Franklin
Jingles is good.
Franklin RV Park and Campground is what it's called.
Oh,
Franklin
okay.
RV Park and Campground.
How much was it tonight?
I booked it from the 7th to the 11th with a military discount. I can't tell you.
Okay.
It was a total price. I can't think right off the top of my head.
It's all right.
Franklin RV Park.
When you say I
Is it a private park?
did Robert Love. Hey, quick shoe.
It's not a
Way
state
up
park
north
or nothing. It's
Okay.
in East.
Yeah, I told him about our experience at the Great Outdoors.
Carry a hoser. Hey.
well, this is my first time going to this one. The only reason I'm going is there's friends mine and my late wife that are already there. They got there Saturday.
Nice.
Okay.
My mom's on her way over from South Carolina to Franklin because it's only about a 2-hour ride from her house.
Okay. Well, let me know
And this-
what kind of campground it is. We're always looking for somewhere new to go.
You got your
That's my
bike?
first time.
You got your bike, Buck, or
Not
no?
this. No. I'm coming to spend time with family. I can't be out on the bike because it's solo seat and everything. So.
Yeah. Okay.
And my mom, she don't ride no more because of her strokes.
Oh heck.
She used to have her own bike.
Damn.
I reckon I just washed my hair.
Look at that,
Uh-oh.
man. What the hell video we got?
Welcome back to Ray Gregory Rides. That's right. That's me, y'all. I'm gonna tell you, it's a beautiful day, and we got to ride down to the dealership. Why? It involves the key fob and the key to the Road King. So let's get the door open.
Damn, the key to the king, huh?
Yeah.
That's what you did.
Yeah, I'm trying to do different stuff.
Yeah. How do you always invent some intros and different things, you know? That's why I was so impressed with Sick Bastard. He doesn't do a lot of content, you know, where you actually, you know, use the videos and doing stuff and setting it across the street, doing the drive-bys or the ride-aways, you know, just getting a little inventive and creative,
Well,
and it gives you a different attention getter. You're like, oh,
Yeah, a lot of people run the same. They made one intro, and that's all they ever run.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
That's the reason
Hey,
I ain't
John.
made an intro.
It's nice to change it up.
yeah. Surprise! If you're gonna
Yeah.
have a signature thing, whatever, you make it about 2.5 seconds long.
I
Nobody
thought
wants
about
it.
it, but
Like the longer ones, I click through them a little bit, you know, and you hate to do that, but I
Yeah.
don't want to see the same intro.
Big pile of wheels.
Morning, Gloria.
Yeah,
hey, Gloria, Gloria, Gloria.
Gloria works good. It's like morning glories, you know, the
Yeah.
wonderful flower, the
Morning, John.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we was asleep. We slept through it, or you slept through it.
you
It
seen the
come through
video?
about 2
Rob?
o'clock.
Yeah.
Lightning, thundering.
Really?
Did you guys
How's
see my did you see my little short ray yesterday that I did in my front yard? I live on the side of a hill and I've got 2 big lakes in my yard. And I rode through them yesterday and made a little short. And that thing got over almost 3,000 hits.
Oh, I know. I
Wow.
saw that.
What's
Yep.
up, Wesley? All right, man. How are you?
Wesley, big pile of wheels.
If you
Man,
will get ready,
he does working lives. He actually works,
What?
delivers pizza or whatever food to people, and multitasker. And gets YouTube time in. I think you're about monetized on your new channel. I don't know how new it is. Excuse me if I'm saying wrong stuff, but
we'll go do it.
whoops.
I gotta get a bunch more subscribers before I'm monetized.
Raindrops are falling on my head. And
Is that
just
legit?
like the guy's feet are too big for his bed.
Sorry,
That's my front yard.
I can't get it shut off. Is that monetized? I don't know if you.
Oh no, it's
You worried about it?
no, it's 1 minute. It's in. It comes right off YouTube.
I was just asking Sick if he's.
Yeah, I
cool.
don't care.
You
I'm
know,
sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
no, you were fine. I just
I'm not.
his thing. You sure? Because I can cut it down. We just want to see that lake.
Nothing seems to fit.
This is Mac's yard, y'all.
Raindrops are falling on my head. And they keep
Why are you
falling.
riding?
So I just
That's my
did
lawnmower.
some talking to
Oh.
the sun.
You went right through it too, huh?
And I said I didn't like the way he got things done.
That whole yard down in the bottom, all the way around my house, is completely underwater. All the way around my house, it starts right. Watch when you can see the water starting to show up right there to the
Yeah.
left.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna get into the water. That water goes all the way around my house, down all the way through my bamboo.
Yeah.
Well, what you should have done, got Angelique to film you, and you just turn the blades on and cut water.
Yeah. How long did that rain last? Was it like a 20 minutes or a rain and a hard blast, or did it go on like for half a day and just
We
kind of
got
medium?
6 inches of rain, and the 2 storms that came in. One came in at 1 in the morning, and then the last one at 5:20.
Wow.
Then they went over to Ray Gregory's. They over there, over on his
Yeah.
side of the country.
Yeah, it's right here. It's over here now.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Watch hours to get monetized. That's all. Yeah, and those lives are going to really kill it for you, man. I mean, like that'll do you great.
Hell yeah, bro.
Just need YouTube to catch up and realize that I have the hours. Okay, yeah. Wow. So it'll just be a couple days or so. Congrats, man. You definitely run a great moto live.
Yeah. I gotta get a coffee.
I notice you come on like what every got some times you're on regular as well.
How'd you like that camera angle on the FXR?
Yeah. Who did the camera angle? Let me see. Let's go put it up.
Did you
while we're
like
here.
It looks pretty good.
Oh, Lordy.
Which video, Sick, was that on?
FXR.
From the rear, from your rear, like your rear leg without the boot that didn't have the medical boot on?
Yeah.
Was that this one?
FXR weed going to the or something. FXR setup. I don't know.
Oh yeah, you used your intro in that too before.
Yeah.
see the
Put
smoke.
a new intro in it.
There's one where it's across the street and you're waiting for him to fire up and come ride by. I think a car came by first, got pretty close.
Yeah,
That was your phone over there, right?
That's the intro, I think.
Yeah, I like that shot.
The raw intro, I think.
Yeah, I did it. Yeah, and I'm just here shortly after the intro now. I just kind of skipped over that. What else you got? Appreciate that, Robert. Big Pile of Wheels says thank you. Uh-huh.
Oh.
That sound nice. Doesn't that sound good?
Oh my God, yeah.
I don't know how it's echoing off his garage door. I think he set that up. You know, that sounds so good.
Yeah, I turned up the
crank
bass
my
boost
bike
on
up.
it.
Crank my bike up beside sick bastards, and if you close your eyes, you can't tell them apart.
Yeah. Got a nice little chug to it. So that one is carbureted?
Yeah.
Yeah, that bike's carbureted.
Yep.
Listen to that.
It sounds great because it's bouncing off the garage door.
Exactly. Yeah. Reverberating.
Yeah.
It gives it a little bit of a deep tone that sounds nice. More howdies and hellos. What are you waiting on, Coffee? Retired Rider, how you doing, brother? Good to see you. I'm looking forward to the 911 where it all started type what rabbit hole. That's going to be really good. I'm very interested. That'll be on the next rabbit hole. What should be what? Sundays? That isn't going to be on your Wednesday one that you do of it version, just a little different version.
Everything's got to be balanced so good for that to idle that low.
Yeah. That's how I remember the Harleys being when I was younger, you know, and then when I bought mine, it didn't do that. And I was like, it still sounds, I was like, oh, it sounds good, but like, why don't they do that no more? Oh, because they're what? Fueling.
Because White Lightning's got some internals.
Damn, that sound good.
Yeah, it does.
Hey, everybody.
Here's the
here.
view.
The view.
Getting a shot of leg here.
Yeah. Taking the White Lightning FXR to get some weed.
Hey, why not? Why not?
Because Sterling told me to. And that's my story. I'm going to stick to it.
That's right.
And that's my story. And I'm
just told me to treat myself to something.
Hear that, Sterling, if you're out there?
So I'm treating myself.
Let's go for a ride. Let's keep going down the road here.
Change.
Then I get you to stoplight.
Oh, fuck that.
You are in the city. It's going to be that way.
Yeah.
Damn. It's a long-ass flight. Now we're stopped. I'm over it. I can't do it. I can't catch one where you're riding. There we are. Right in here. That was a short ride, maybe.
There we go.
Yes.
Good shift.
Shifter foot. Yep. No medical boot for a change.
Look
at that.
Right now, we're going to go.
I love it. Your audio's cool.
And
you're cool. Your helmet's cool. You got a cool view. It's a cool video.
Yeah. I like
turn
the
some green into green.
I mean, it could be out a little further. Maybe 3 more inches out to the left.
Maybe. I don't know.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Gee, that's the wrong spot.
So yeah.
That's what she said too.
We're doing.
Gee.
So yeah, I don't know.
So yeah.
Place we all don't know about.
5
We'll never
years.
know.
5 years this month and 7 years this month for my mom.
Yeah, that's right.
Who's gonna go trade the Harley and buy
I
a
guess
new
that's a
Go?
milestone somewhat.
Who did that?
But yeah, today we're gonna go get some medication.
There you go. Now there's a guy. Went to a Goldwing anyway, from a Harley to a Goldwing.
Managed to get the video down to under 30 minutes.
They've been 5 to 62.
Here we are pulling ass a little bit.
So who wants to see why they call it the Smoky Mountains?
Foggy, eh?
Foggy.
Nope. Hang on.
Mountains probably got all the.
Look at that lean angle.
Yeah, that's I was way over on that.
Yes, you were. You was like the primary was close to going.
Yeah, my foot was very close.
And you're on a FXR, and they're higher, correct? That's what they're built for. A little more performance and leaning, better lean angles, right?
Yeah.
Taller shocks, and does it make it ride better too?
It's just you can throw it around easier. It's just so easy to throw it around. They're like they weigh like 200 pounds less than a Softail.
Yeah.
And I'm used to a Softail.
That's the purpose. That was the purpose and the desire of the FRX or whatever at the time. That's what they were built for. You got any history on that?
Eric Buell had a lot to do with the design of the frame.
Yeah.
And
raindrop keep falling.
Yeah, that's still in my head too.
It's a very desirable bike.
Yeah. You know how you can tell if a guy's a bike rider? Here's a good clue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that leather that's gone on my shoe. That's where my shifting, that's where it rolls on my toe right there.
Oh yeah, you got it wore good.
Yeah.
Yep. You're exactly right. Look at the man's boot.
Yeah.
You'll know.
Whoops. Too many things to play with here.
You got to do a lot of shifting to wear that leather out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't even know where we are. Oh, there you go.
How is everybody out here today anyway? We've had some feedback and comments, and anybody got to share anything, share with us, you know?
Well, let me share something. This is going to be on the 10th of May.
Yeah.
It's on a Saturday. I've been invited to a bike ride that's going to consist of several hundred riders. We're riding from Aniana, Alabama to a place called Boogie Bottoms. One of the family members of the Bates Harley Davidson Company, a family member passed on. They've already buried him, but they're going to have a memorial ride on the 10th of May. And I've been invited to be on the ride, and I should get a lot of good videos. Boogie Bottoms is a place where they'll have big bands, a lot of music, a lot of food and drink, and it's going to be like a wake for a biker. Memorial wake.
Oh, okay.
Police escorted the whole work.
Nice.
That's nice.
Yeah, that'd be good to get some good footage of. Who was it that was riding the other day doing, like, when you got the one, I was thinking they got a spin thing. Well, I think I've seen Bogan do it a lot. If y'all seen $1 Million Bogan, he'll just spin the thing right at him and spin it back on out towards the road. And I think it was Hooligan had it, because he's like been trying some different angles, and which is great to see him experiment with, just like what you were doing was sick, but just have something that could turn around for him so you could have a little variety. Having the face at you is always good. I ain't no judge or expert. I'm just saying, though, it is nice if you can switch them up. If you can't do the editing part and don't want to edit, you switch your camera, you can just turn it manually and boom, go on down the road, which is kind of neat too, you know.
Well, usually what I do is I film with the camera facing me with my phone.
Yep.
So I get that shot.
Small and in the corner, that works. Yeah.
And that's automatically saved to the phone. I just airdrop it to the computer.
Yep.
And then I just got to pull the footage from the GoPro and then mix them. And I've been getting better at it.
Yeah, we need to see you get fired up. Would you add a third camera in there now? Got to add a third camera.
I really want to get another GoPro, man.
Yeah.
It's
fun to do.
Moto, can I make a comment about my brother?
Yes, do so.
I want to thank everybody with the condolences. Last week we lost my brother.
Yeah.
Now, my brother was an American hero. He was in 2 wars for America. He fought in the Korean War and he fought in the Vietnam War. And he's an injured American veteran. He took his scars with him when he left.
Yeah.
He lived to be 89 years of age.
Yeah.
And he just passed away in the night.
Yeah.
And but I want to thank everybody with the condolences, the things that we got from people, the statements. It was greatly appreciated. He was an American hero. He was a hero to me, and he certainly will be missed.
Yeah. To see him a lot, like in the last, say, 4 or 5 years of his living and stuff. Did you get to? I know you've seen him a lot, I'm sure, over the years, but I just didn't know how close he was to you. And
he's down in Dothan, Alabama. Ray knows where that is. It's down in the corner of the state, right down just above Pensacola. And they moved down there, but for over 50 years, he lived just north of me, 30 miles.
That ain't too bad then.
He used to come. He used to come to the West Coast, and we had back in the days we had what's called motor coaches. They're like buses with all the amenities.
Yeah,
they drove theirs from Alabama to Yellowstone, and we came over and met them, and we traveled all throughout the West over there doing that kind of stuff.
Did you have any footage at the time? I mean, you've been doing YouTube.
Oh, I put stuff on. No, it was on Facebook for many years.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I have videos with the camera that has not been converted to MP3 or MP4.
Right.
They're still in VHS format. We did a lot of video, and of course.
Nice. Yeah.
Take care, Robert.
Gotta run. All right, Robert. Take care, man. Yeah.
He was shot down in Vietnam in a helicopter. They took off, and they shot him down, and they laid over in the jungle for 9 days, and he got septic poison because they shot through his intestines, and he was all blowed up. And the 101st Airborne came in and rescued him and got him out of there. They was up by the DMZ when he got shot down. So he rode the big one down to the ground on a helicopter. That'd be a scary thing right there. I've rode a lot of helicopters, but going down ain't a pretty sight.
No, you think that's the end. I mean, usually in a helicopter, you got no, and then he got 90 years here. So, and did pretty good in the last few years too, like pretty quality. And if I'm asking too many questions, just shut me up.
No,
I don't want to make you have any feelings.
Unfortunately, he went just like my wife. Dementia took him out. So the last few years of his life,
sucky, huh?
That's a bad thing.
Yeah. He
probably suffered more with dementia than he ever suffered with the wounds from Vietnam.
Yeah. That's some really neat history. It was neat to hear you talk about it. So,
well, everybody's been a good one. She's out the shower, so I gotta go take a shower.
You got to
go to Bojangles and have some breakfast.
Oh, that sounds good. Yeah, I'm ready for some breakfast too.
But we gotta go by the bank, by the store, Walmart. Got a lot to do today.
Take some pictures of breakfast.
Catch you later.
Got to pick up. Got to pack up for tomorrow and all kinds of good stuff.
Well, have fun, man. Sounds exciting.
We probably won't see y'all till Friday.
Okay.
Have a good time.
Well, all right, y'all do the same.
Have fun, Mr. Gregory. Take care.
Bro. All righty.
Well, that was nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Buck left too, huh? When did he leave?
I think his service was cutting in and out.
He was starting to get a little blurred, a little
Yeah.
blurred around the edges.
A little blurry. I got a little blurry eye going.
He become digitized.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, like pixels.
Yeah.
Says he
Yeah,
lived an
pixelated.
honorable life and helped keep the country free. Rest in peace. Thank you, Thomas, for Mac. Sure, everyone listens to Wowie Zowie by Frank Zappa and the Mothers of Invention.
Invention.
Is that work from the 70s that he did?
I think so.
I don't know. When did he quit producing and stop making music, or did he just do it his whole life? I don't recall like any like new material after when I was in high school. I just heard like 70s stuff, and I was an 80s, 82 graduate. So, oh yeah.
They just, you know what it was? A lot of like Ticketmaster tried to monopolize everything, and a lot of musicians got really bent out of shape and just walked off.
Yeah. What from music?
From music, from the sales. I mean, the Grateful Dead was really the only ones that really beat Ticketmaster down because they opened up their own label and everything, their own label, their own ticket sales. You know, Deadheads
the rebel thing
would send a cashier's check or whatever
to
California, and they would mail them their tickets back for the concerts. It was crazy.
His whole life, 90s was amazing, but he never signed. Yeah. See, that's what I didn't know, Rob. Okay. I guess he did go a little longer.
Yeah.
He owns all his music and he wants. Yeah, there's a great Sterling gave me his thing there, great biography. I don't know, about an hour and a half or whatever about how he was, what made him a genius kind of type thing in the music industry, and it was actually pretty interesting. I watched the first half anyway. Skimmed through the rest, but it's really good. He was hard to work with, perfectionist. You know, he's kind of like a Michael Jackson in his time. You know, people had to do this and do that, and he kind of was an orchestrator, if I remember right.
Yeah.
And so, if he was going to be part of his group, it was part of doing a lot of listening, taking instructions, and you weren't going to be your separate solo act in his band or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
You know, back here late part of last year when Stick was having some issues with going to lose his house, or a whole bunch of stuff was going on with you there, Stick. The guy that came to my mind to describe Sick was Simply Red, and he had a song about money. If you haven't heard it, or if you heard it a long time ago, go back and listen to Simply Red, Money. Oh my God! It talks about money being so tight. It's about money being real tight. You know.
By who?
Simply Red.
Simply Red. Okay, sorry.
Oh, you gotta. If you find that one about money, it's a 1980s song, but my God, was it so realistic for that period of time?
Yeah.
Back in our 80s, we call that the trickle down effect.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of our presidents coined that phrase, the trickle down economy.
The trickle down economy.
Simply Red, and what was
you know
the
how
name?
piss goes down, piss trickle down.
I think it was money.
Money. Yeah, I'm sorry, money. Money too tight.
Money's too tight to mention.
Money too tight to mention.
Money's too tight.
See, can you play a little bit of that? Oh, wait a minute. No, you might not. That's not money tight. Yeah, that's right. You don't want to do that. But you can listen to it for yourself.
Yeah, I'll check it out, Mac. Definitely.
I thought of you immediately when I was thinking about, I lived during that period of time in the 80s. I mean, I was a live human being. I was already 40 years of age. And even though we were making buku of money, we spent a lot of money. You know, the more money you make, the more you spend.
So I guess it's Simply Red, red-haired.
There he is, right there. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's got some good vibes to his music.
Yeah.
The late 80s, I was starting to travel to Brendan Byrne Arena in the Meadowlands and Giant Stadium, and they eventually changed the names to the Izod Center and this and that. But yeah, in the late 80s, early 90s. The late 80s, I was really young. I was like 16, 17.
When I turned 40, I got married. When I turned 50, I got married again.
Every 10 years.
Oh, hell, it was every 10 years. And the cost going from being married to being divorced and then being remarried is very expensive.
Oh, yeah.
In the Washington state, you never want to get a divorce in Washington.
Yeah. Well, my days, my marriage, I'm never getting married. I'll never get married.
Canadian red.
Never again.
Yeah, I thought it was a girl too. I couldn't tell at first till I got the older picture, and then it was a dude.
Oh yeah, that's a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a dude.
Who's that?
Red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got a high pitched voice. I mean,
Yeah.
It's a feminine, I think, a little bit in some aspects, but he makes it come together good in music.
Could you give us an example?
Yeah.
Well, I think I could do a pretty good job of it. Money too tight to mention.
Oh, shit.
Thank you, Mac.
Thanks, Mac.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Something wrong.
Kids and their toys, right?
Oh, heck yeah. Well, with the title Old Mac, you would expect Old Mac not to sound young. You want him to sound
boring.
old.
Yeah, I know.
Well, when I did my ride yesterday, I was Old Mac for sure.
Gosh.
Slowed it down just a little bit, put just a little bit of bass in there, and, oh yeah, it doesn't sound like Old Mac. Oh,
Yeah, you did. That did put a nice twist on things, man.
Well, this is what old Mac sounds like all the time. He tells some stories. Some of them are long. Oh, I don't know where he gets them big old long stories, but hell, they get really long sometimes. Kind of long.
How long do they get?
You know what I mean?
Can I be the chick on the back of your bike there, Mackie boy? I like
Oh my God, she's listening in. Hell, I'll just unplug her. I'll just pull the cord on her.
Oh, goodness.
As you get older, you'll find you'll love your toys more.
Sick had to leave, man. He couldn't take it no more. We chased him off his own show here.
If you crank the sound up on Sick, we'll know what he's doing if we hear some coughing.
Yeah. Yeah. You blame it on the dog.
You might have noticed in that when she was talking and we was riding out through there and she was talking about riding out in the country, you could actually hear me sneezing.
Yeah.
That was me sneezing inside my helmet.
With the high pitch on?
Yeah, you could, when she was doing the talking, you can hear me sneezing, and I sneezed like 5 times. I mean, it's low in the background because the sound of the Harley's been reduced, so the voice would come above that.
Man, I got to show you guys something too. Just remembered. Oh, let's go to my channel. It'll be something for my channel. I posted it in my community page, I think. Oh, community page somewhere. It's what?
You say
Turn the music off. I shouldn't, but I don't. I think it's AI. It's not the actual. But I'm not going to risk it. It's not my choice. But you see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's got MotoBaumVirginia on her shirt.
Yep.
Yeah, and a bike that looks very similar to to my bike.
One, yeah.
That's been AI created.
Yes, that was Hooligan.
Oh, well, he done good job on that. Yeah, I saw most of that.
Hooligan made that for me, and he sent it to me last night. We got to talk. He kept it unlisted. He said, "Do what you want with it if you like it, and whatever." And I was floored, just like I am, like when anybody does something nice for you like that, and just like you with that vid or that music vid that you did about the community and us people. The YouTube stars one, which was super cool.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, it touches your heart, man. You know, it's just like wow, the people and the not because it's everybody. You don't have to do something for me to think. I'm just saying, no, it is nice when people go out of their way and do something like that.
You notice that was dedicated to the small channel YouTube operator. The big name people in there, they already got their stardom.
Yeah.
We are the new little stars on the horizon.
All God's children's and everything that you put in there just made extra
Oh my
extra
God,
sentimental,
yeah.
man. Blessings, passed on. Freaking great.
I learned from. I told you about my story about Bill Gates. We had to have AI for our autopilots and various things that we did in aviation. And like you hear if you watch any flight videos, they'll say they'll give you warnings, and it's all done like in a human voice, but that's all AI. And we had to create a lot of that so that the aircraft that's flying today would have that AI voice to remind them about low terrain, rotate, pull the wheels up, or retard. Well, those are not real voices; those are AI voices.
Yeah.
We had to learn to do that kind of stuff. That was way back in the '80s during the Ronald Reagan Star Wars program. They paid for all that. The government did, and so we got with Bill Gates, and they created artificial intelligence. And my boss was a nice Jewish gentleman. I mean, a really good. Him and I are personal friends. He when he got his computer, he had no knowledge of the computer. So I go in, and on the command line, I wrote a batch file to do AI in a voice, and it welcomed him. Every time he'd turn his computer, it would say, "Good morning, Roger," and it would do it in a Yiddish. So I learned how to use the characters, like how to make them stretch their voices out, and how to make them emphasize something, and how to speak louder by using the way you type stuff in.
Mm-hmm.
And I did a Yiddish accent for my boss. Oh my God, he loved it. Hey, yeah, he loved to have his computer personalized for him.
Yeah. So Quick Shoe sent me this in my messages. What did he say about it? I think it's somebody he knew. He says, this song is by Jesus or Jesus, however it was meant to be, by my friend Phil Driscoll. So, yeah, I don't know what kind of music's on there, so I'm not going to play it, but I will play a little bit of the intro or whatever this is. Like some David Mann almost there, huh?
That's true.
You think that's what it is? I've never seen. Look at that.
Oh, look at
that. It's probably a cool vid, It's got what, 900? I don't know. It's got 3,000 thumbs, so you can figure it's been played a little bit.
306,000 views.
There you go. Yeah, so that was interesting. Thanks for sharing that. I can share the link out in the things if anybody wants to actually hear it and listen to it. Okay.
Let me show you guys this up here.
Do it.
Look at old Mac right there.
Let me get this spotlighter up here. Yes. Wow.
Yeah. Well, is that backwards? That's backwards, ain't it?
No, it's perfect. I read it correctly.
Okay. That's old Mac right there.
1005.
Joe, my buddy Joe, had that made for me because he saw some of the earlier pictures when we were riding and stuff.
Yeah, very nice.
And he had that made up for me. I thought, man, that was really cool.
It is. Ooh. not nearly. Not nearly as cool as this Mac. I gotta say, this was handmade.
Oh, I made that in 1970.
Like this was handmade, okay, you know. And I got a piece of old Mac at my house. His skills. He made a few of these, I think, in the day, and
55 years ago.
Got a
Oh, I
cool-
did. I made a.
Yeah.
I've got them with stainless steel. Does that one have stainless steel exhaust or steel exhaust? Look at your two pipes. See the fish. See the fish exhaust going up there?
Yes.
I made them with stainless steel, and they shined, and they was really beautiful. The later ones all stainless
I'm
steel.
just gonna switch the layout quick here, sick, and put myself on the spotlight. So you can get a good look at this.
There you.
All made, finally done. And you even got a little bit of the
There's my
tarnish and
fish
aging
tips
to it
and-
right now. The little small little welds that you see.
I used a picture of my bike and created that with just using welding wire.
That's
What
awesome.
was this down here? Is this like a bolt or something?
That's
It
a
looks
nut.
like-
That's a
Yeah,
nut right
nut,
there
I
for the
mean.
case,
Mhm.
and then those are threaded. Those are actually those screws right there on the top. The cylinders are screws. They've
Oh,
got
yeah.
Allen heads. It's
Oh,
turned
wow.
upside down. You see, it's turned upside down. On the bottom next to the nut is an Allen head,
Oh, okay.
and that's the top of the cylinder.
That's neat, Mac.
It's fine
Yeah,
art.
thank you very much.
Fine art.
Cool,
Yeah.
man.
I can't believe I was like one of the, I didn't know like Mac a real long time, but we connected up, I thought, pretty well.
You
and,
got the last one that was ever made.
yeah, it was,
That
pretty-
was my first one there, but you got the last one I have in existence. I
yeah,
don't know. The rest
And
of
gave
them
it-
are just gone.
yeah. Thank you so much, man.
Oh, my pleasure. My company paid me good money to make all those. The company paid me to do that
Yeah,
because here's what they told me. They said, "We're paying you, and we want to see a flash back here in the booth." And so I built all this craft stuff because we didn't. You only can work on an order. When an order comes down, it comes with paperwork. And the boss sitting up in the big windowed area up there, he said, "I want to see more flashes coming out of them booths." So he told his supervisor to come down and get on our butts for not making enough flashes. So I started creating that kind of stuff and made a lot of it.
That's great, Mac. I'll show you some flashes.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Sick.
I said I'll show you some flashes.
yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Eh,
Look at that.
I got an Alabama
Alabama.
Alabama.
recycled hooligan. These people, man, that go out of your way, give you a piece of them. You know, this plate's probably been like how many miles? You know, it's a real biker thing too. You know, or biking or motorcycle, however you want to call it. Memento to have. You know. Retired rider as well. Yeah, retired writer sent me a few things, and this is a little more modern version of some things. I don't know where he got this from, or this was whatever, but it's got a little kickstand and everything, and
Very nice.
yeah, and then of course the Motobaum thing up there. It's all iron, you know, hand built, handmade by another community member, the Blue Bike and Doyle. Yeah, you can see it up there.
Yep.
Pretty good. Oh. Yeah, man. A lot of givers, a lot of connections, but from this community stuff and doing little shows like these, we all get to. Robert's was sending stuff to Sick, like homemade. That's handmade stuff. Ain't like a card you go out and buy and send out, which is nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, going the extra, whatever, you know, like there's hours put in that stuff and. Things that time that you give it's just a nice compliment, right?
I sent Dave down in Australia one of my Alabama license plates.
Really?
With my ham radio call on it. He got a big kick out of it.
NDR, how does it?
N7. Back in early it was N7 DRR, but when I came to Alabama, I had to change it to N4. I didn't do the change that government changed it to N4. Because down here is called the 4 region. all the way up to Virginia is four lane.
Uh-huh. So when people read your handles and stuff, they knew
When
semi
they
sort of your
saw the
location,
M4,
what region you
right,
were.
what district I'm out of.
Yeah.
Even all your aircraft tail numbers is a designated district where your plane is from.
Okay.
And you look at the tail numbers.
That's neat how they like kind of take pieces and parts of different systems and stuff and apply them to like the ham radio, and like that's like something common that's been around that lets people know.
Well, ham radio started way back in the 20s, early 20s, when Marconi was. I worked for a guy. He owned a company. When I got laid off from Boeing, I went to work for Man Russell Electronics. And when I went over and worked for him, he was with Marconi the day they made the first transatlantic transmission.
Yeah.
When he broadcast for the first time across the Atlantic Ocean, Mr. Russell, George Russell, was there. And he was there at the when they did the thing. They somewhere over in Massachusetts or somewhere like that. But they made the first transatlantic broadcast by radio.
Yeah.
Mr. Russell, he had 700 patents on vacuum tubes. They were very, very brilliant people.
Yeah. Yeah. We could sit here and bounce off those things, look stuff up, and we could be here learning some pretty interesting history, man.
We made things for the government. You're not into radio, but see, if I was talking to my radio buddies, we made these things called they were RF generator decks. And over in Europe, from Italy all the way up to Norway, everything on the NATO line, we built a phased array antenna system that stretched from Italy all the way to Norway. And ever so many miles apart, you had to have these generators to generate RF. And each of the generators made 60,000 watts each. And these tubes weighed 17 pounds. And we used to make a lot of them, what's called RF decks.
Yeah.
And we'd send them over. We'd have technicians go over and install them. Then we put them in Turkey and Spain and all up through Europe.
Just nothing to do what you're talking about. I just put in RF generator.
No, that's just to measure RF.
Where do I
right
put
there.
it?
That's put here. Type this in.
Yeah.
I'll give you the letters. Type in there. 3 CF 20,000. iMac.
Oh, iMac.
Yeah, iMac. 3. Yeah. Maybe see if image. See if I. No, them's.
Hey, we got some Mac.
Yeah.
Mac.
I put 3 CF
20,000.
iMac.
They may have another designator, but that's a tube. I don't have 3. Yeah, that's. It's. I don't think iMac is spelled. It's.
I might have put it in the. Well, no, I did it right. Let's just take the iMac off and see if it.
Yeah, so maybe 3CX. Maybe it's CX. Maybe it might be X because it was experimental. 3CX. Yeah, maybe it's the X. Amplifier. 3CX. Yeah, come
This
down.
one?
Right.
A7.
See if it shows. See, that's an amplifier tube. There you go. There's the tubes. It had 2 of those. Each of the decks.
Wow.
Each deck had 2 of those tubes. And I had a brand new one sitting on my desk for 30 years. It's got carrying handles up at the top. And I'm going to tell you this, just to run one of those, you probably don't have enough electricity in your town to run one.
Damn.
It takes 100 and something amps to run it.
Wow.
I mean, it's a very powerful tube. And we made a lot of those things. And how I ended up getting a brand new one over there in Germany, they said they had an issue with the RF deck. And so we sent a technician over there, and what they did, in the installation up in the, what they call the chimney, see that thing, see the size of it?
Yeah.
That weighs 17 pounds. See, there's a glass chimney that goes above it, glass.
Mhm.
And what they did inside the glass, our company packed it full of styrofoam so that the glass would not vibrate or break. It was not glass like glass, it was ceramic glass. It
Yeah.
wouldn't break. And the Germans forgot to take the styrofoam out. And when they turned the power on, the heat went up and that started smoking and they shut it down. Well, they sent the technician over and I ended up with one of the new tubes sitting on my desk that was in that power deck. They took it out and put a new one in and brought that one back and gave it to me.
Yeah.
We got to take the styrofoam out.
They didn't. It was lost in translation. About removing the styrofoam.
Yeah.
You think of the Germans as being the most brilliant people in the world. But the material on that chimney, it was made out of beryllium arsenite. That's a word, beryllium arsenite. And if you cut it or scratch it or do anything, the dust off from beryllium arsenite is deadly.
Really?
So you have to have a hazmat team to handle just a chimney in it.
Wow. That's
That's right. I can't even spell it good enough to get anything to come up.
No,
I'm getting flowers.
You'd have to ask your phone, push the button, and use the word beryllium arsenite, and then that way you don't have to worry about spelling it. If you push that little button, like on mine, I can. Yeah, beryllium arsenite.
That's crazy. That's a lot.
Oxygen compound, beryllium oxide. It is a high temperature refractory material. Melting point is 2,500 degrees Celsius. Characterized by an unusual combination of high electrical resistance and dielectric strength with high thermal conductivity. Yeah, that's all like way above my pay grade.
Yeah.
Reading the
That
concepts.
used to be my lifestyle for 48 years.
Yeah, you understand like and knowledgeable with.
He understands Greek. Greek, Latin.
Six said it's all Greek to me.
All Greek to me. Numbers. He understands numbers.
Angelique says, when I say, see, I told you, and she said, yeah, you know shit.
Yeah, you know shit.
Right.
You know shit.
You know shit. Damn. Walking Encyclopedia series. Oh, Jesus. Ask Mac. Whatever the question is, ask Mac.
Rob was into it. Yeah, that's a series right there. Just ask Mac.
Can you imagine an old guy, 85 years old, has the word beryllium arsenite embedded into his brain?
Yeah.
I don't need no computer to look it up, but if you ask me how to spell it, I used to could spell it. But chances are, why should I? I'm like Einstein. Somebody said, I am not compared to Einstein, but like Einstein, they said, what is your social security number? And he said, I don't have no idea. He said, you're the most brilliant man in the world and you don't know what your social security number is? He said, why not have to remember it because I've got it in my wallet. And he pulled the card out and said, if you want to know, here it is.
There it is.
Why fill your brain up full of
useful
information you don't need it? Yeah. If you got a copy
it's like
of
having
it.
a messy desktop, we gotta defrag. We gotta clean up here. Keep the clutter out.
Yep.
That's my problem. I got a bunch of clutter, and so when something important comes along, there's no room for it.
Yeah.
Did a flyby. Ooh.
I gotta track those wires and make sure they got them.
We used to have in our circuitry when we used to make these up, these power decks up. we used to have what they call gasofet. Somebody said, well, got to replace the gasofet.
Yeah.
Would you even have an idea what you remember in the military, everything is an acronym. What would gasofet, what would that mean? Gasofet.
I couldn't even make you up a lie, man. I know what the gas effect is.
Gasa, which would sound like, like gas, gasa,
Yeah.
gas. And then the last word is effect, gas effect. Beryllium arsenide field effect transistor, FET on the end.
Yeah.
GAFET. That's how it's abbreviated. GAFET.
Oh.
Beryllium arsenide field effect transistor.
Wow. That's brilliant.
They're-
It's kind
they're
of like
in
a
all of-
code.
Yeah.
If you understand the code, you can figure out some of those words out. Like,
Yeah, that was one of the things that was always going bad was it was cola, transistor. It's cola, a gasofet transistor. That's beryllium arsenide field effect transistor.
yeah.
It's just in the family of transistors that, and they got MOFED, metal oxide field effect transistor. A lot
Yeah.
of MOFEDs. I'll always love. Oh, get out of here, MOFED! Go on, get on out of here, MOFED! It's like you're talking ghetto talk when you start talking
Yeah.
electronics.
How do you find people, like, say, if you wanted to have an actual discussion or conversation about this kind of stuff, do you think you would have a hard time finding 2 or 3?
Oh, I've got one in Huntsville, Alabama. He's a retired
Yeah.
Boeing engineer. Him and I came through the same departments, except we're 20 or 30 years apart in our time period. I
Mhm.
started out when NASA was just getting started, and he was at the very end when NASA was really a full blown everything. And this guy is brilliant. He builds amplifiers up in Huntsville, Alabama. And if you ever in the ham world, if you ever get to go visit him, he's a really an entertaining person.
Mhm.
But my God, he is so knowledgeable about electronics. It's all in his head.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a passion for people who can keep stuff like that in their head, because man, there's a lot to it. My memory is just like, that's what I always felt like. I was short. It's not like I feel like I'm not smart or stuff, but I just can't remember the stuff to refer back to so that you can, you know what I mean, bring it back up. Like, you know about it, but it's like I can't remember enough. And I don't know if can you develop. I think you can develop your memory to be a little bit better, but like it take a lot of work, and then for what, a little bit more, that's no good to me.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, people think that with dementia, if you keep your mind active, you're not going to get it. That is so bullshit.
Yeah.
My wife was the most, she could read. She did Sudoku puzzles. And I had an airline pilot friend of mine would come over here and they would do Sudoku challenges.
Yeah.
And they would do it for hours. And she read, 800-page books. She'd have 5 or 6 topics going at any one time, and she'd just pull the book and she picks up where she left off.
Yeah.
And she died the most horrible 5 years of Alzheimer's.
Yeah.
It's just,
there's no brain exercise you can do to stop that thing to happen.
It's basically a rapidly shrinking brain. That's what happens. The brain shrinks rapidly, and it just
dies basically. Yeah,
it's a dying brain. It's short circuiting.
Yeah.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
Well, can you imagine when the brain starts to shut down that you forget how to swallow? That's one of the problems.
Yeah.
When you forget how to swallow, you think that
drown
was
yourself.
That's an involuntary thing, But here's what happens: the brain controls the lungs' capacity. When that ain't voluntary breathing in and breathing out. There's electrical impulses that allows you to breathe in and breathe out. Your heartbeat is regulated by electrical impulses, and that all comes from the brain. When the brain turns that electrical impulse off, the heart quits.
Well, there you
The
go.
lungs quit breathing, quits absorbing oxygen.
I knew that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. But that's his amazing system, how it works.
Yeah.
So you remember that about the human body and the intricacies of that, which isn't. I mean, it's intricate, but I know it gets really in depth at some point. But
How many sphincter muscles do you have in your body?
Oh boy.
Can you name me one sphincter muscle in your body, Moto?
Your rear end.
The little pucker string on your butt.
Yeah.
That's the sphincter. You also, how about when you blink your eye? Sphincter.
Yeah.
You've got so many throughout the body that are controlled by certain impulses, and
you got valves. You got pumps in your veins and stuff to keep the blood going through your body too.
So it's shrinking.
Do you know where
your
duodenum's at? Where is your duodenum?
Duodenum. No.
Oh man.
Kind of think down there at the bottom of your stomach. You know, there's a little neck. It comes out of the bottom of your stomach, and there's a tube. It comes right over into it from the gallbladder. That little area distributes these the gall and stuff into the bile duct.
Yeah.
Is the duodenum.
Oh.
And that's what, and it does a major job. You know, you got
The
your
liver too,
pancreatic.
right? Yeah.
Oh, you got a lot of stuff right down in that little department there and needs it. Show me where your pituitary gland is located.
In the middle of your head.
Somewhere.
Yeah, right, exactly right there, right behind here. If
yeah.
you went right straight back in there. But here's the deal. Just us guys that has that. We're the only one that has an issue with it. Women don't ever have an issue with it.
Why?
I don't know. Maybe we get our nose flattened too many times in life or whatever. I don't know.
Don't whacked out pituitary glands make people giants and etc. and different things happen when they're which is interesting. It's neat, but it can affect their health later down. Like really tall people don't have very long lifespans either, or like Andre the Giant.
Your libido is connected to it.
We have one of those too.
Yeah, that right up in here. There's a little tiny gland back there that works all the way down to the plumbing.
Plumbing. I thought
The
that
third
was
eye.
thing.
The third eye.
Yeah.
It's the dummy brain.
Where's your medulla oblongata?
That sounds like a song from the 60s.
I bet Sick knows.
Avena Magata or whatever.
Medulla oblongata.
Yeah, it's somewhere.
At the end of your spine, connecting to your brain, there's a little right there where that's where the medulla is at.
Is
oblongata. Yeah, where the spinal fluid and everything comes right from that medulla oblongata right back in the back of your neck.
Ding, ding, ding. Thomas knew.
Oh, did it? Oh, your brain. Yes, it's at the base of your brain. Yeah. When you get older, you learn a lot about your body because let me tell you a little story. I had that colon cancer, right? You might have seen my video where I was out there drinking rum in a rose garden after I survived 5 years. Well, during the survival process, I had to have 5 surgeries. And then one time they performed a surgery on me at the clinic. And I just got up there on the operating table and I'm awake and they cut me open and they're talking to me and stuff. And the doctor has her daughter working with her. She's an intern at UAB medical facility in Birmingham. And so she tells her daughter to reach down with the gauze to sop up the blood down in there while they're operating on me. She has to reach her hand down inside your body.
Yeah.
Well, men have this cord that goes from up in our system up there all the way down in that little bag down there. It has them little nads down in there, you know, those cords. When she reached down her thumb thumped one of them cords.
Oh
And
no, no.
Yeah, I went, whoa! And the mother said, she said,
yo.
Did you fire up the dogs with that, Mac? I don't know.
I must
Neighbors
have.
outside.
So the doctor lady told her daughter, said, you don't want to touch that. They're real sensitive
Don't
about
touch
it.
Yeah.
We are real sensitive about it.
Yeah.
Dogs are real sensitive about other dogs.
Oh, I'm sorry. Huh?
Jeez, guys. Thanks for the security alert.
Security.
I never would have seen that if it wasn't for you guys.
I had a package coming to me Friday by FedEx. They said it'll be here between 11 o'clock and 8 o'clock tonight. So I've got my security camera on. I'm sitting here and I look and I see the FedEx truck slow down. I said, oh, my package is here. And so I called Angelique on the phone. I said, Angelique, go get the package. Because usually they park way up on the hill and walk down and bring the package down.
Yeah.
But she didn't walk down. You know, the mailbox is on the other side of the road, and their GPS shows I live on the other side of the road over where the big White House is at.
Oh.
She went up to the big White House and they wasn't at home. So she gets back in her truck and leaves. The lady, the FedEx driver.
Did she leave the package there? Or
no,
they
took it. She took it with her because there was nobody there. And anyhow, they're going to try to deliver it again today. And on my post at my driveway where my flag is, it's got my address right there. I mean, it's big old gold letters where you can see it. They never look at an address. They only look at their little handheld GPS device.
Yeah.
And when it says you are here, they look to the left and they said, that's got to be the house right there, but I don't live there.
Yeah.
I live across the street.
Yeah.
You might have to be
on the tree line drive. So maybe they'll
big
find
arrows
it
up there or something that catches their attention, so you don't have
the
that delay every
fine.
time.
I'm the only one's got a flag on the pole out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Over here, idiot.
Yeah.
Yes, over here.
Yo.
I was in the yard there one time, and I see the truck, and I saw her get out and walk over there. I went, hey, and then finally she turned around and looked, and I said, over here, over here. She finally brought it to me.
Your eyes are all fucked up.
Ooh.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
I told you my little story about a catheter there. When I broke my leg, I'm laying up there, and 1 o'clock in the morning, they had to change my catheter. So they bring the a team of 5 people, the nurse and 4 young ladies from what they call them candy strippers. And she was training them on how to change a catheter. And one of them had to do this and one of them had to do that. But unfortunately, my hose was taped to my leg when they did it in surgery, and everything was down over beside of down between my leg and the sac there. And they was trying to pull the hose out of there. They asked me if I would assist them. Well, I'm numb because they did what they call a spinal tap.
Yeah.
And I couldn't even feel myself. I could tell there was a hunk of meat, but I didn't know what I was pulling. That wasn't pretty either.
Lordy.
Ouchies.
That remind me of Dumb and Dumber 2.
What's that?
You ain't seen it?
No, I've seen parts of it, but
yeah, it's the older one. Yeah, and he's in the wheelchair and he's been sitting there forever, right? You know, it's for the joke purposes. Get back at his friend, and they're trying to pull that thing out, and they're pulling the wheelchair around and knocking him over and catheter stuff. Good Lord, yeah. I wouldn't want to do any of that training.
I asked that lady when she was putting it in, I said, how can you tell how far to push it in there?
Oh.
And she said, what happens when they're pushing it in, as soon as it goes in the bladder, liquid starts coming down the hose.
Okay.
And then they pump up. They got a little ball in their hand. They pump it up, and a little knot forms on that end, so the catheter can't pull back out.
Oh, yeah.
You got a balloon in there.
Got a little balloon in there, yeah.
Yeah.
So when I was being rushed into my appendectomy because they didn't even take any pictures, they just palpated me and rushed me into the OR. I remember specifically telling them, please use the condom catheter instead of the internal catheter. And they were said, Mr. Gum, count from 100 back to the 0. I was like, okay, but just please put the condom catheter in. And I woke up with a tube hanging out of my penis.
Yeah.
And I had no choice of what was going to happen.
Holy.
They were like, no, we're going to put a tube in there. I don't care what he said.
I want to direct you. Yeah.
I was like, and then I woke up. I was like, yo.
Not good.
I was like, ring, 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 ring.
Yeah.
I was like, excuse me.
Hold on.
I remember specifically asking for a certain type of that, and the doctors don't care, or nurses don't care. Nobody cares.
No love.
They were like, no, nobody cares. Because don't forget now, I got there and I was there for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Before they rolled me in there, and I'm sure by that time I was full of urine.
Mm.
So as soon as they knocked me out, it was like a freaking hose fest. It was like, that's why they catheterized me.
Yeah, that catheter comes in different diameters too. And I asked that lady, I said, how come some are bigger than others? She said, and when you're into surgery, they put the larger one in because that opens up everything because you're under a lot of stress. But while you're asleep, they can use the larger one. Normally, you couldn't stand the pain and putting a larger one in while you're awake.
Yeah.
And they said when you had a spinal tap and you're still numb, they'll still use the large one. But after you wake up, you don't want the big one in there, I'll tell you.
Oh.
It's 3/8 in diameter, big as your little finger.
It wasn't
going up through you.
It wasn't comfortable back.
No.
Comfortable.
Good God. Yeah.
And it has to be changed out every so many hours.
Got to make it sore after it's like all done there. Hopefully you're not feeling stuff for a while because, man.
I had a lot of questions. Like the first question was, when is it getting out of me? I'm awake now. Get it out.
One second.
And then this young little blonde girl who's like 23 years old comes over to me. I'm like, excuse me? I'm like,
how you doing, Asia?
Whatever. Here you go. Get it out.
You came in just in time, Asia.
Yeah, just
letting
in time.
you know.
Perfect.
Yeah. I hope you're not sensitive, Asia.
Oh, I was like, get it out of
The
me.
catheter talk.
Get this thing
stretching.
out. I was like, what did you do to him?
You're stretching in the wrong area.
Poor Rob's neighbor. He's all stressed out.
Rob, yeah, cringe. I was cringing too, man. Yes, damn right.
God, it's just, oh my God. You're like, holy crap, get that out of my body.
Mm.
And like, you can't just yank it out because, as Max said, there's a balloon at the end filled up with air.
Yeah.
Yep.
That if you pull out, you're going to know that a lot. You're going to feel that.
Yeah. Whoa.
So you need to have that nurse deflate that balloon before you pull that out.
Like a hot dog that been in the microwave too long.
Is today Monday?
Could be.
All day long, buddy.
That's the flexible one. Now that hard plastic tubing is rough, especially when she's jamming it in. Yeah, that's not a good picture painted there at all, Thomas. I'm hungry. I'm going to be heading out pretty soon sick.
Yeah, me too.
I need to spam out. I need some fresh country eggs that I got from my daughter.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I had eggs and ham for breakfast.
Ooh.
English muffin.
Yeah, you did the deal ahead of time.
Oh yeah. Well, I have tried, before I would eat while you guys are talking, but this microphone sitting here, you don't want to get gravy all over your microphone,
Yeah.
You don't
And
wanna
it
get
picks up
gravy all over it.
details.
Yeah.
A little bit more.
So, Moto, I had to return those 2 wires because they were TRRS instead of TRS cables.
Yeah.
So I had to return those. They should have gotten them by now. I'm gonna
Well,
track.
were you trying to get an extension cord to work or something?
Yeah, just 3. I just need 3 feet.
Yeah.
Because the Blue Panda one is a lot of cord. It's like so. It's like
it is.
Now you got to pull your liner out under your helmet, stick all that under.
Yep.
What I do, I got a little tie wrap. It's a really neat little tie wrap. It's one you can use over and over again. You just put it through a slot and pull it tight, and then you tuck it back up under your helmet.
Yeah.
You know, but anybody that knows anything about electronics, the more you coil that wire up, the more opposition to impedance occurs, and then it begins to get popping, snapping, noise.
Yeah.
All that is generated. So you want, like Stick says, you want a short cable, short as possible.
Yeah. That's why I'm getting a 3-footer instead of all that.
That'll be perfect.
Yeah.
That'll be perfect.
I just needed to run from the dongle up, zip tied up, and then to the seat, and then from the seat, I can plug my mic into it, into the female end of it, and I'm good.
A lot of people don't even know the difference between one and the other. You know, they always order the wrong one. This thing I ordered, this soundboard here, it came with both types, so that you can put it on different kind of headphones. So you
can plug your phone into that, into that
Mm-hmm.
soundboard, and it's interesting how it all works.
Yeah, I've already played with that too.
Yeah. If you want to run something from your phone through the monitor and background music, or
good way to
just
get
play
the music.
something, you could hear it.
Yep. But unfortunately, on YouTube, you got to be selective on what kind of music you can put where.
I know. It's like that's nice to have. You have to have something like pre-recorded or something you made, whatever. Well, you can do the same thing. Like I'm plugging my PC instead of plugging my phone into the monitor. I just put the outlet on the output, like what I would plug my headphones into, going straight into the board. That way, everything that comes through the board, if I want, I put that loop back button on, and it'll allow stuff that you normally couldn't hear, that you put on a screen share, that you could hear.
Yeah.
And it's kind of nice.
So
I told you I got monetized here last week or so ago.
Oh,
yeah, man, that's great.
And they went all the way back to 2011. Because see, I was monetized before 2011, and then they changed it where you had to have a 5-digit number for your code, and they sent it out, and I was in Washington State. I didn't get it, but I didn't have it to put in there, so they dropped me off monetization because they changed the rules in 2011.
Right.
And now they went all the way back to 2011, and they're trying to calculate how much them suckers owe me. Because back in them days, I was getting 150,000 or so hits on my videos.
Yeah.
That's all about the guns, you know.
Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming in. I appreciate everybody. Gonna start getting the day started, I guess.
Yeah.
Maybe make something to eat. Maybe go riding. Maybe do some filming, cleaning up, shower. I got to shower, dude. I got to shave, shower. Yeah, I got to do stuff. I got to adult. I got to adult.
I don't believe it. It can't be true.
I'm not looking forward to adulting, but I have to adult today.
Yeah.
Hate adulting.
All right, man.
Friday, I pick up my vest. I had all my dead stickers, my dead patches sewn on all the hot neighbors walking past again. I love those blue pants that she wears. They are something else. Sorry.
You're fine, man.
Damn.
Everybody have a great day. And
yes, thank you. Back on track. All right. Take care, everyone.
Hey, bro.
I'll
Love
see
you
you guys later. Thank you.
Bye-bye.